preparing to leave the conference, and this is the Positive Peace Conference, and just feeling really inspired, really moved into the work I feel called to do. And I don't have a strong footing in physicality of reality, and so a lot of the business ends of things, economics, the statistics, the numbers, the big picture, the physical things that are happening are not my specialty, if you will. And it's easy to feel kind of overwhelmed and daunted by it all, because that is such a big thing in the world that is being discussed. But at the end of the day, my gifting is in energy and what is lying beyond the physicality, because I don't live in a physical world, I live in an energetic world, because I'm always dissociating. And to be able to use that as a superpower rather than a curse, to be able to use that as something that allows me to give to the world in a unique way rather than something that constricts me from giving to the world, that's really part of my focus, a big part of my focus. And so being here, it helps me see the balance of things and how everyone is needed, how even me with chronic dissociation, I'm needed. And so with Compassionately Evolved Consciousness, the mission is to explore, explain, and empower human consciousness from the inside out, in order to uplift, deepen, and strengthen intrapersonal and interpersonal relationships worldwide, while creating language for indescribable experiences of consciousness. And as we move through that process, it's going to benefit all of the outstretching things, from mental health to, world violence and crime and things. And so it really touches on everything. And how are we going to do that? The basic conceptual plan, we'll find ways to physically apply it in specific situations, but the conceptualized concept is we have this model, this diagram, that explains consciousness from the inside out. It's called the Miraculous Inner Being Diagram of Consciousness, created by Kristin. And it explains human consciousness from the inside out. It explores the neurophysiological applications of consciousness, how they develop physically, mentally, how it impacts life experience within you, how it impacts life experience from person to outside world, how it impacts experience between people, and how we can use this knowledge to heal ourselves, to heal our interactions, to heal the world. And so we'll start by sharing the Miraculous Inner Being Diagram of Consciousness, and then we will proceed forward towards explaining how to apply the knowledge to take action in your everyday life, and to share this information to extend further the distribution of the message. And so we have this diagram, we explain consciousness from the inside out. Once we understand the neurophysiological applications of consciousness, we can look at what happens when that energetic flow of inner being is disrupted. Everything from, mental health battles, anxiety, depression, dissociation, insomnia, to other issues, substance abuse, addiction, violence, various things, and really see how we can harness our personal power. Because if every person around us harnesses personal power, we have this massive energetic compilation of power that's just swirling around. And when we heal our consciousness, we extend our power into the world. The amount that one person can do transforms into something bigger when they heal themselves, simply because of the energy involved. And because of the way consciousness allows for infinite potentiality. Because if we really harness our consciousness and reclaim the parts of us that are making decisions beyond our awareness, 80% of decision making comes from our brainstem, not our conscious awareness. 80% of our decision making is happening without us having any knowledge of what or why is happening. And so if we reclaim those aspects, we have more power moving through life. We have more choice in who we are and what we do and how we show up in the world and where we direct our energy. And that's how we really create change, by creating space for our own potential through healing these applications of consciousness. And so it has a lot of potential for expansion, and I'm really excited to get moving with it. And so once we kind of step forward in the launch of Compassionately Evolved Consciousness, we we share the diagram, we share ways to personally apply it, and then we can just move forward and keep sharing this information. We can hold workshops, create support atmospheres, all variety of things. And I want to do as much of this as I can in person. Online is an amazing tool, and I'll definitely be, using these platforms with gratitude. But at the end of the day, I'm always dissociating, and human interaction helps me be real in what I'm offering, and it helps me get to the parts of my brain that have more to offer. And so, kind of the next step for me personally is how do I bring this into my own physical community here and now, not just this abstract online realm of, cyber interactions. And so I'm so grateful for this ability to share, but I'm seeing that it's not going to be the only focus, as I kind of thought it would be originally. And so we'll just keep extending the ideas, keep growing the message, keep growing the passion, and I'm confident that the steps will lead to where it needs to go to really make this world change happen, because we are at a time in history where humankind is so immensely capable of evolving. We have the medicine, we have the technology, we have the knowledge, we have the science, we have so many things that didn't exist hundreds or thousands of years ago, and there's nothing stopping us from evolving except ourselves. Knowing world peace, knowing all of these miraculous things that seem like a fantasy, it's completely possible. Obviously not immediately, but there's nothing stopping us but ourselves. And understanding the way human consciousness works is going to really help with that evolution. Because then we're not looking at what crime is happening, but we know why it's happening to begin with. And we don't just see the numbers and the behaviors and the statistics and the external results of things. We can actually dive in deep to where it's stemming from inside of each person that's contributing to these things. We don't just look at mental illness and the symptoms and behaviors and the external things. We can actually go inside and see where those experiences and battles are stemming from through the neurophysiological applications of human consciousness. And then we can start asking better questions to move through to better answers and solutions. We can't just stay here asking the same questions and getting nowhere with the things that are being discussed. It's time to evolve. It's just as simple as that. It is time to evolve. And so exploring the, through neuroscience, compassionately evolved consciousness explores, explains, and empowers human consciousness from the inside out in order to uplift, deepen, and strengthen intrapersonal and interpersonal relationships worldwide while creating language for indescribable experiences of consciousness. That's kind of our working mission statement as we prepare for our official launch. Everything in the past couple of years has really just been building the platform of who we are in the world and what our focus is. And we've just been continually coming back and sharpening the message, growing the concepts, building the knowledge while simultaneously building better questions. And so it's not always about, as I learned today at the Positive Peace Conference, it's not always about what solutions can we offer, but it's about asking better questions. And I think starting these conversations that matter in the world through discussions of human consciousness are really going to help us ask better questions in the big topics that maybe I can't personally get to, at least not right now, but maybe I don't have much to contribute to those physical discussions of economics and business and kind of a lot of the stuff that was talked about today here at the conference, but maybe I have something else to offer that can be a catalyst for helping those other topics move forward towards their own expansion. So yeah, just really grateful to be here. I've never been to Stanford University. This place is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, so grateful. I wish I got to roam and explore more when it was still light out, but it's well lit. And it's a beautiful day to be alive, although I'm a little cold. I'm just really grateful to be here. Grateful for this opportunity to show up in the world in a way that matters. Really grateful for the space and the energetic capacity to share my truth in a way that can be a catalyst for healing within the world, for people around me and not just myself. I'm in a transitional period of moving through from my own internal work and internal recovery and internal explorations to kind of stepping forward into the world and bringing what I know out into the public. And I know I've kind of been doing that online, but I honestly don't really know about it because everything that happens online I'm dissociated for, because it's a two-dimensional world here. And so even though I've been sharing, I don't actually know what I've been sharing because I don't physically experience it, so it doesn't really get processed very well. So really excited to keep sharing here, and I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for this place to share, and for your presence, and for your support, and just this opportunity to share the everyday healing journey of life. And I am deeply excited for future possibilities of sharing these truths in a physical way, speaking and workshops and different things, where I can physically experience myself and the world simultaneously. I really look forward to having that cognitive capacity of consciousness. It will be just revolutionary. So, just wanted to share a few thoughts. I feel so deeply inspired and impacted by my time here at Bethel. It looks like Bethel, but I think it's pronounced Bethel. Conference Center at Stanford University. I don't know. It was a really awesome place. Just grateful for this time, wanting to just share a concluding thought after a big event. I'm always just like, so I just go home now? But we're changing the world. How can I go home and sleep? It's one day at a time, and it's showing up as our best selves and finding where there's a need and how we can show up for that need. If there's not a need, we don't really need to invest our everything. If it's already been taken care of, there's other places that we're needed. And if we don't know how to show up for a need, then we're allowed to look for a need that maybe our gifts fit. It's about grounding in our energy, finding the need, and showing up for it. So I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, soul friends. Thanks for being here along this miraculous, magical, everyday healing journey of life. Namaste, soul friends.